And welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. We are on the S&P 500 on the 2-hour time frame. It is 10 o'clock p.m. on May 23rd. This is a short update from May 24th. My connection to the internet is terrible right now. As you can see, some of my indicators are not even loading. I'm just going to give you a general idea for tomorrow. As you can see, I was wrong. My case, there you go, see? My case did not play out appropriately. Well, it was appropriate for how high the RSI got cooked up. I really thought we would chop to this upper side rather than this lower side. We went just below what I thought we would. I think I called somewhere around the 415.73, maybe somewhere in there, possibly called and said we would be okay even at the 415.82 perhaps. I'm not quite sure where I said that at, but oh look, my indicators decided to load. So anyway, we are sitting on a bear flag. The RSI has definitely cooled down up to the 2-hour time frame, and I think we're even sitting okay at the daily at this point. I would assume we're going to see a double tap at the 412.93, possibly even the 412.14. Unfortunately, when you look at this on the daily instead of just the 2-hour, this looks like a left shoulder, this looks like a head, and are we going to put in a right shoulder now and just head down? It's a possibility. We lost the top side of the descending channel. That's not good. That's getting bearish, and then the total breakdown we had here, very bearish, breaking those 3 EMA lines on the 2-hour. We don't have a bearish divergence yet on the 2-hour, so that's not confirmed, although we do have a pretty close to full bearish divergence, that bearish cross on the 30-minute, so that's something to watch. We definitely don't want to break down back inside. If we break top side of this green symmetrical triangle, this huge one that we've been inside of forever, and we break that back down inside of this, that's very bearish in the short term. The long-term bull case may still hold, but I think as the market stands now, if you have a breakdown back into this old symmetrical, which is huge, you've got to really start to get concerned that we are about to have a total bleed out, and it's something we'll have to watch for very carefully. So your bear case for tomorrow, those two levels, and I think some chop in that area. We spent so much time chopping this area, I think we're going to continue to see that chop for a little while. I do think that'll potentially be a right shoulder, but then we'll have to see how we wind up there. Now, on the possibility for a bull case, what could be happening here is even if we get to the 412.93, we could come back up and get top side of this channel again. We might see some chop, something like this over time, where it starts to coil and get really tight in the top side here, where we see a symmetrical triangle form, and then we might pop up out of that, and that would continue us on a long-term bull case. So that's something to be paying attention to. Very difficult to call this kind of chop. I'm rarely wrong, and when I am, it usually is in these areas where we get this kind of chop. Honestly, if you remember yesterday, I was saying the RSI, well, I don't think I mentioned it, but the RSI I was seeing on all the time frames was so cooked that I knew we had to come down, but I really thought that maybe around this level right here, we might start to chop instead of continuing to break down. So I'm surprised we broke down to the level we did. You could see some chop there instead, but I really think that you're probably going to double tap that 412.93 at this point at the very least, and you might go lower and then chop around and then try and work your way back up, and that keeps us top side of this symmetrical triangle now, so that would be a good thing. As far as my opinion goes, well, my opinion, the way it kind of looks right now to me, I haven't done a deep study on this as I normally do, but with the long-term case, I still think it's possible you could just get some chop here, where we're at right now, basically in between these levels of about 412.93 and sitting at the 414.73 where we are right now, and then work your way back and get top side of this descending channel again. I think that's a possibility with the way we have cooled. And but one thing we do have to keep in mind is we do have decreasing price on increasing exiting volume. So we might get a little relief, and I mean a tiny relief rally, and then just fall right back down to that 412.93, then that 412.14. So, kind of a dual case right there. But again, my opinion right now, until I see us break, I would say 409.53. Until I see us break 409.53 hard, really past 409.13 even, until I see a hard break there, I think that our long-term bull case is still a possibility. I think you could begin to build again, so you could get a really big wind up here where you have some levels like this, where you get a really big symmetrical triangle top side here, and then you pop out of it. Or, you might come down here briefly and come back up, and then have a tighter symmetrical triangle kind of top side of this old descending channel we were in, and then break out. So the reason I put the fib chart on here is because I want to see, I'm looking for this area right here to be the next potential breakdown or breakout in a big way. Now that's just potential, so that's something we have to keep an eye on out into the future. But as it stands right now, just more chop, more downside, more chop, and just terrible to end up back in this level right here after all the work we've put in. So let's hope we hold the 412.93, the 412.14, and get bullish from there. So that's my opinion. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling. We will see you next time on The Market Wolf.